Hi folks, this is all the fruit, and here I have sugar palm seeds and red palm sugar. The sugar palm, Arenga pinnata, is an incredibly important plant in Southeast Asia, but I must confess that I only very recently familiarized myself with it. I've seen it being used around here for years, but only very recently did I make it one of my main survival resources in the jungle. Well, the sugar palm is quite common throughout Southeast Asia, all the way to India in the west, and like the Philippines and and Vietnam in the north. It's very common here on the big islands like Java, Borneo, probably also the others. Very popular particularly in the Philippines and in Indonesia, and I wonder if this is only for traditional reasons or also because the Philippines and Indonesia are quite poor countries and work with this plant. By poor countries I mean labor here is quite cheap and readily available, and work with this plant can be quite difficult. So this year I already harvested several sugar palms for the heart of palm. I harvested one mature tree which did not yield anything useful. Well, it yielded it yielded maybe 200 kilograms of unripe fruits, which could have been made into those things here, but they weren't. I'll tell you why. I also encountered several recipes of preparing the heart of palm, the bud, the young, sweet, soft part. I also cut down a couple trees in the jungle and ate them, because outside of the fruit season, this is the most readily available food resource in the jungle. How do the locals around here use it? Well, the name sugar palm suggests they use the sugary sap. Actually, you can use the sugary sap from a lot of different palms, even such things like date palm, oil palm, Washingtonia and so on. I don't know if there are some palms from which you cannot use it, but the sugar palm is most famous for it. You basically cut into the young inflorescences, you tap them with a stick, sometimes for hours, to make the sap flow, and then you can harvest sap for some period of time, usually twice a day, usually about 20, 30, 40 kilograms, liters per day. Then you can basically take the sap, drink it fresh, which is the best way to use it. You can mix it with other things to make a drink. Basically, the sap provides the sugar. You can ferment it into vinegar. You can ferment it into palm wine, which I don't like so much. You are supposed to find really good quality wine, but a lot of the Dayak and other non-Muslim people, they just want it made into alcohol. They just let it ferment with wild yeast. And of course you can distill it into a spirit. Yeah. Next thing, the fruits. You can take the unripe fruits, and it's better if you don't take them, but somebody else take them. Actually, when I harvested this giant amount of fruits from the sugar palm, I was in a road builder camp, and nobody, neither the road builders nor the cook, wanted to have anything to do with those fruits. They told me they will process them if I get them, but I think they never expected I'll be able to cut down a huge mature sugar palm. I'll tell you later why. Well, so the fruits are incredibly itchy, and processing them so that you can eat the seeds is better delegated to somebody else. What other uses does this thing have? Well, we already had the sap, the seeds, the heart of palm. You can also take the stem and extract sago from it. And actually the sugar palm is the main staple of the jungle nomads in Borneo, of the Penan people. And actually when I traveled with a Murut hunter and an Iban hunter through the Penan tribal areas in Borneo, they said, now watch out, you will not see a single sugar palm. The Penang have eaten them all because the Penang traditionally they don't practice agriculture, and so they eat the sugar palm every day, especially the sago inside, but also the heart. Well, yeah, true. For 2 or 3 hours we didn't see a single sugar palm. Then as soon as we entered mixed tribal areas of Penang and Orang Ulu, we saw sugar palm again. I asked, are there no Penang around here? They said no, but the Orang Ulu have forbidden them to harvest the sugar palm on land that belongs to the Orang Ulu. Like when they live together in one village, still there is private use of land and family use of land and tribal use of land and so on. Because for the Orang Ulu, the sugar palm is like an emergency food. When they run out of rice before the new rice harvest and have no money, they would eat the sago from the sugar palm. Interesting enough, the Penang don't seem to have known the use of the sap of the sugar palm previously. So those were the most interesting edible uses. By the way, when you process the fruit, the water that runs out can be also used as a dye. But there are also a lot of uses for the stem or for the trunk. The outer part can be, well, the outer part is very tough. What I learned when I had to cut down one mature palm, actually my steel parang broke in several places, like pieces chipped off the blade, and also in some places the blade bent when I had to cut through this mature tree, and all for nothing. Well, it can be used for high quality construction, for tools, for roof shingles. Basically, you get some black thing which is not too unsimilar of this one, but can be much longer, and you can use it for high quality roof shingles. They are used for temples and other important buildings. Also, you can use the fibers of the rind for mats, for ropes, for a lot of different things. Apparently, despite even the hard flesh of the mature palms, it's pretty sweet. It can still be used for high quality construction. I thought that the flesh which reeks of sugar, you can eat, well, you can chew pieces of the hard wood and they are still very sweet, that it would be attacked by all kinds of vermin. But no, it seems it can be used for high quality outdoor construction. The bristles, there are a lot of bristles around the leaf sheets, the hard black bristles which can be used to make brooms or raincoats or things, or poison darts, because they are pretty hard and very straight and they already have the ready-made shape of a dart, so they're used as poison darts by some people in Borneo. Very versatile tree. There are also so many other uses for the leaves, for construction, for roofs, for mats. Also the leaf stalks are very hard. I like to use them as walking sticks, and I saw people prop up 7-8 meter tall leaf stalks and put nets on them to catch birds and bats. I cannot even start about all the cultural significance of the plant. There are so many cultural beliefs associated with this in the Philippines, in Thailand, here in Indonesia. Funny enough, it even made it into Western pop culture. The first ever crossword puzzle in the world, made in 1913 in New York, actually asks about the name of the fibers of the sugar palm. The answer is dough. I'm a botanist and I didn't know it, but they put it in a crossword puzzle. I think crossword puzzles were pretty metal over 100 years ago. So I have already used a lot of parts of the sugar palm. I have eaten the red sugar a couple times recently. I ate those things years ago, but I don't remember how they taste anymore. They're supposed to be soaked in sugar water. Oh, sour. I don't know if this is intended or if they are not good anymore. They taste sour. Chewy. Like rubber or cartilage. Not bad, but sour. If they were sweet, I would have liked them better. Sour with the minty flavor. At least with the minty flavor. Now, let's try the red palm sugar. All those uses which I described also exist for other palm species, but usually the sugar palm is the most favored one. Sweet with a very particular flavor. Very nice.